Harry's wife. Royal Rumble. Well, we all know about the kick-off in the kitchen, as described, Ginger, as Big Willie Styley apparently chinned him. See parts pass him. But there's more to be observed about this, courtesy of The Telegraph and an article by Guy Kelly, which sheds further insight into the mentality of the two individuals concerned. The article reads, Prince William and Harry's Royal Rumble. 6 strange moments you probably missed. What's going to be left for the buck? We sneered. How many times can he play the same old tune? We wailed. He's given the best stuff to Oprah. Then the dregs to the documentary, so the book will have nothing. How wrong we were. Because on the first day of what will be a gruelling weekend of leaks, publicity, interviews and light write-ups, sorry in advance, before the publication of Prince Harry's autobiography, Spare, we are delivered what historians will come to refer to as the Great Not Caught Willie Wrestle. Born sight scene since the timeless moment in The Boss Baby, 2017, when little Tim tries to slingshot Baby out of the window for destroying Lam Lam, his stuffed sheep. It's a riveting passage with many of the hallmarks we love from Prince Harry's previous hits, including his aptitude for instilling anecdotes with the melodrama of a telenovela, his tendency to include details that do nothing but confound the reader about his lifestyle, and his remarkable gift for letting his truth only bolster the widely held view that he might, just might, be a few beads short of a necklace. On today's evidence, ghostwriter J.R. Muringer has not just earned his money, but had an absolute ball in the process. Let's rake over what we've learned. Harold and Willie. Not the name of a sitcom about 2 septuagenarian Olivier-nominated actors who were on-off lovers, then fierce nemeses, who ended up at the same care home, nor the title of a horrible histories episode about the Battle of Hastings, but the prince's apparent nicknames for each other. Context. William, after potentially lurking outside Nottingham Cottage in his blacked-out Range Rover for 3 days, observing the Sussex's comings and goings, has chosen a moment when Harry's wife is away and popped round for a chat. No balaclava or leather gloves are mentioned, but they're not directly excluded either. Why wait until Harry's wife had gone? Well, perhaps he wanted privacy, as she was the topic of conversation. Or perhaps William was acutely aware that Nottingham Cottage is, legendarily, scarcely he could have a 3-person if you can punch him. Smart thinking. Either way, he is piping hot, like a lovely Tex-Mex dish you can hear sizzling as the waiter carries it across TGI Friday. Willie, I can't speak to you when you're like this, Harry says. Most people resort to full names when they're angry. As with many traditions, the royal family do things differently. The greater the anger, the greater the affectionately diminutive nickname, it seems. Apparently, and this is just what I heard when Diana confronted Charles over his affair with Camilla, she said, "Oh, give me a break, Chucky Chuck Chonk Chonk." I don't know why the Crown didn't include this. The Willie word appears to have pushed Prince William to see red, as that's when he attacks Harry, knocking him to the floor. Later, in a camply clipped line that sounds lifted from E.M. Forster, we discover William's nickname for Harry. "I didn't attack you, Harold." It's all great dialogue, you have to admit. Postscript for the conspiracy heads. Will Smith's first studio album was called Big Willie Style. His fourth was called Born to Reign. He's now more famous for an act of physical violence than anything else, just like the Prince of Wales. Coincidence? Next up, you hurt the necklace, you hurt me. It all happened so fast, so very fast. He grabbed me by the collar, ripping my necklace, Harry writes breathlessly. You can picture the beads bought in Goa, but discoloured from 1,000 wild swims, crashing to the floor and scuttling across the scandalously small kitchen of Not Cot. You can hear the shark's tooth flying, embedding itself in Guy the Beagle, who suffered enough. Not the necklace, is the subtext. You can attack me, my wife, wait, no, not my wife, my dignity, the lot, all fair game. But if you touch the necklace, you've gone too far. This is war. Still, what are the chances that Harry's wife sent William a beautifully handwritten note after this incident saying, Willie, generally very mad at you, as I like that dog bowl, but thank you for breaking that fucking necklace. I've been trying to get him to take it off for years. Please do the Ula smart ring next, or the guitar, LOL, very high. Next, wear the Nazi outfit, it'll be lols. Shades of Tim and Dawn in the office in this bit, when they prank the Jobsworth team leader and Territorial Army soldier Gareth Keenan into saying and doing embarrassing things by playing on his military obsession. The scene in question is from 2005, when Prince Harry can't decide between two costumes for an upcoming native and colonial-themed party, a pilot uniform or a Nazi uniform. Tricky one, the eternal dilemma. Nazi or pilot, pilot or Nazi. On the one hand, your grandmother's the Queen and some of your relatives were literally photographed with Hitler, so it may cause quite a stir. On the other hand, banter. Grandad might find it an LOL, time for a second opinion. I phoned Willie and Kate, asked what they thought. Nazi uniform, they said. Harry writes, according to US column, page 6, they both howled, worse than Willie's leopard outfit, way more ridiculous, which again was the point. Actually, Harry, the point might have been that they've done you like a kipper there. You are the Gareth to their Tim and Dawn. You are the Richard, the hamster Hammond to their Clarkson and May. Honestly, can't see any issues with it, Harold. Won't be even any photos, and I'll come to your defence if there are. But remember to do the salute as well. Muffled background laughter from Kate. And keep up the accent all night. Yeah, sweet. You are the next Archbishop of Banterbury, bro. Ciao. As a general rule in life, when somebody suggests you wear a Nazi uniform, especially when they reason it would be way more ridiculous than a leopard, and therefore okay, consider sourcing a third opinion. The Fabergé dog bowl. I landed on the dog's bowl. It is reported that Harry writes after being knocked down by his brother. The bowl cracked under my back, the pieces cutting into me. I lay there for a moment, dazed, and I got to my feet and told him to get out. I wouldn't dare doubt the veracity of this detail, but I would just say that I've spent the last 25 minutes Googling different dog bowls and am yet to find one that would break under the weight of a man falling on it, let alone smash into shards that get stuck in said bloke's back, leaving visible scars. Was Guy's bowl made from crystal, stained glass? Was he given a human wine glass to drink from as an apology for the whole leg-breaking thing? Whatever the answers, Harry's wife came home a few days later and noticed that while she was away, something, or somebody, had scraped her husband's back. She must have feared the worst, her mind leaping to different conclusions. Fortunately, the explanation was simple. Oh, Christ, right, that. Basically, my brother Willie, the heir to the throne, came over the other day and put his water down, piping hot he was, then knocked me to the floor, ripping my favourite necklace and smashing the dog bowl, which broke into pieces and cut into me, leaving these marks. So, that's why. Harry's wife, for some reason, wasn't that surprised. Just classic Harold. Not cot. Platyjubes, Panny D, Statyfunes, Nervy B, Lizzie Line. We thought these abbreviations started on Hunsnet, the home of Hunfluencers and the go-to experts to discuss all things Hun. But maybe they are set from the top, originating within the monarchy before being released into society. We now await a response from Bupa. That's Buckingham Palace, not the healthcare group. Though thinking about it, Harry may well have required their help too. Dog bowls are lethal. Fight! So, British Army 0, Royal Air Force Search and Rescue 1. Who would have called that upset? Not me, though it is possible Harry held back, or at least told Harry's wife he held back, lest he do something worse in retaliation. Babe, you know I know karate, he might have said, wincing, as he pulled the shards of fluff trough from his back and dabbed the wound with TCP. The people to feel sorry for are their opposing security details, waiting outside and presumably bursting in when they heard the shouts and glass breaking. What's the protocol there? Stand aside and let it happen? Battle each other like demons in his dark materials when the humans fight? Start a sweepstake and take the afternoon off since prince-on-prince violence doesn't count? One day, let's hope Peter Morgan shows us in The Crown. Interestingly, this just demonstrates something whereby Harry releases his book expecting undoubtedly it to be treated very seriously, other than the bits where he was specifically wanting to be amusing. Of course, dimwit that he is, he's causing much hilarity. And it also demonstrates just how far his stock has fallen, and his wife stands by watching it happen, as a consequence of all of this, it's nonsensical, laughable. He's being mocked and ridiculed at the same time as people shaking their heads at how preposterous this all is. Harry wanted to tell his story. He wanted to be taken seriously, but he's not. People are just laughing. What about the comments below the line? Well, Terence Brown writes, "Well done, Guy. The best way to respond to this nonsense is ridicule and laughter." Wendy Berwick, "Thanks for the much-needed laugh. Our dog's bowls are great big butch ceramic things. I've succeeded in breaking one or two over the years, normally by dropping same onto concrete. Then there are the metal ones, which you might possibly dent if you're a sumo wrestler descending from a great height. A problem for physicists across the world, can a falling prince shatter a dog bowl?" Let's all chill. I'm seeing William in a whole new light. Fierce, dominant, prepared to give those who need a good slap a good slap. Move over, Charlie. I think we have a new king. Long may he reign. Fiona Goldberg, brilliant guy as usual. You're going to have no shortage of material. How did Harry not realise how ridiculous this would all make him look? Well, the answer is he's been conned into it by what his wife has sold him. Annabelle MacDonald, if this wasn't so pathetically sad, this would be hysterically funny. Actually, it is hysterically funny, and that is the tragedy of Harry's truth. Paula Higgins, I was amused that he complained that his furniture was from IKEA and they had to put a sofa on Harry's wife's credit card. He's worth millions and she had well over $1 million. I'm certain if he didn't want to spend any of his millions, he'd have been able to obtain furniture from Royal Storage, but no, the entitled twit would rather complain. All of the comments are remarking about how entertaining they found it all in this article. And it shows the contempt by which this novel, because it's not really an autobiography, because it's made up, it's got so much nonsense made up, reads more like a bad novel, is being treated by people that people see that it is something to have disdain for, but now they're just laughing at it. And they're laughing at you too, Harry. Not what he intended. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.